What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the top habits that kill you silently and you don't even realize it. Now, this video is more so for the men, but women, you can always stick around to listen. But I want you guys to listen up because there's going to be some things in here that's just probably going to speak to you and some things that we could work on. First habit that I would say is constant gratification. We're constantly looking for, what can give us a good feeling very quickly, right? That could be playing video games. That could be being on social media. That could be, being around women, being around certain people, anything that really gives us that quick gratification that gives us like the short-term feeling, but it takes away from the long-term goals. You know what I'm saying? You ever have those moments where you're doing something and then once you finish it, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have spent that much time doing that, or I shouldn't have given that much attention to this because now I got to make up for blank, or now I got to do extra homework, or now I got to put more time into something else that's supposed to be back on my grind, right? The short-term gratification is going to hinder you from actually getting to where you want to get to because you're so focused on, I want to get to this certain goal in my long term, but short term, I'm not even doing the habits that's going to get me there. So focus on what's going to give you the goals and what's going to actually help you focus on the long-term things, because the short term is meant to be short term and it fades away very quickly. Second habit is that you avoid conflict and challenges. You can't grow without the challenge and the struggle moments. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to go through the struggles for you to actually gain the persona and gain the person that you're trying to be, because without the growth, without the pain, you can't grow. You have to know what it's like to go and consistently push your limits on your body to actually get fit. You have to know what it's like for you to, fail at something, for you to actually succeed at something. So a lot of the times guys end up running from the struggle, or they run from the challenges because they just want the reward that comes with it without going through it. You have to go through the struggles for you to actually learn what you have to learn, so that way you can actually enjoy the successfulness or the accomplishments that you're actually going to gain. Third thing I'd say is staying on top of your health. That could be physical health. That could be, how much you consume of something. That could be anything, you know what I'm saying? Your sleeping habits, your health matters, right? The reason that it matters is because you can't be sitting here trying to work for everything that you're trying to work for, and then you end up passing sooner than you should have. You know what I'm saying? Because you had bad habits growing up. You need to make sure that you're getting enough rest, make sure that you're taking care of your skin, taking care of your body, going to the gym, eating right. All these things matter, because if you're not, the thing is that a lot of people have bad habits. You end up eating late at night, you're eating out a lot. Things that you want to do end up consuming the things that you are working for, if that makes sense. You're looking for you're trying to work on a good body, but the consumption is, I'm going to eat bad and eat out all the time. Then what results are you going to get from that? But yeah, I think that's one of the key things, that whenever you're trying to figure out what does it look like for you to actually stay on top of your health and stay on top of like the things and the goals that you have to do, one of the habits that you need to incorporate is, how am I treating my body? How am I actually growing to become the person I want to become? And what does that really look like for me? Fourth thing is, and this is a really big one because a lot of people don't really have this, is poor money management. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are overspending, trying to live this luxury lifestyle that they can't even afford, and it's putting them in debt, or it's putting them in a paycheck to paycheck situation. So avoid trying to spend extra money. So avoid trying to spend money on, nice cars and nice watches all the time. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself if you worked for it and you can actually afford it, but it's another thing if you're just doing it so you can flex on people. Put that money towards a mentor, or put that money towards a course, or put that money towards investments. Put that money towards something that's actually going to help you grow, instead of you trying to just use it to, flex on the world, talking about, oh, I got this and that, but yet you're struggling day to day. Fifth thing that I would say is staying in toxic relationships. That could be friendships, that could be the interactions that you have with people. You think that, oh, this is my brother, or oh, this is my girl from, this many years, but yet it's such a toxic relationship that is actually hindering the growth that you should have. You know what I'm saying? The people that are in your life matter, because those are the people that's going to influence you. Those are the people that have more power than just some random dude on the street. So if you don't have the right people around you, it's going to hinder your growth, and it's going to hinder the person that you're supposed to be. So being in a toxic relationship, or being in a toxic friendship, maybe even being around toxic family members, is going to be very, it's going to have a negative impact on you, because it's not going to help you grow. It's not going to help you get to the next level of where you want to get to. It's just going to hinder where you're supposed to be at. So be careful of who's in your circle. Be careful of the people that you're actually interacting with. And then from there, you end up moving forward to be like, okay, I have a good, healthy circle in my life. These are the people I want to grow with. These are the people that want to see me succeed, and they're not going to get envious, or they're going to get jealous, right? these are the people that I want to see in my life, and these are the people that I care about. And that's what's going to really get you to the next level. Number 6 would be comparing yourself to everyone else. I think that whenever you're in a situation and you're looking on social media, or you're looking at other people maybe in your age group, you end up naturally comparing your life to them. You see what type of car they drive, how their family interaction is, the relationships that they have, and it ends up being more so of a comparison game than you focusing on what you already got going on. You know what I'm saying? What a lot of guys end up doing is that they're like, man, I see that this guy has all this going on. He has a nice watch, he has a nice car, he has a nice business, he has, just his life together. And then you have someone else, maybe it's you, and you're like, man, I just don't have what he has. And they put you in this comparison role. Comparison gives you more stress than you should even have to worry about. And the thing is that maybe you don't even know what it took for them to get there. Maybe, like I said before, you're looking at someone that has all these luxury and nice things, but they're living paycheck to paycheck. Or maybe they're living and they're not even able to maintain the lifestyle that they have. So don't be so quick to, compare, because you never know what they're even going through. Again, their life could look amazing, and then behind the door, they're like, struggling mentally. Maybe they lost someone important in their life. Maybe they're in a place where it isn't even all flowers and sunshine. And you're comparing your life to something that isn't what it is. So comparing yourself to other people is really going to cause a lot more stress than you even need to. And it's going to put you in a place where you're like, man, I wish that I had my life together like them, but yet maybe you don't wish that. And the last thing that I would say that really hinders a lot of growth and a lot of potential from a lot of guys is that they don't take responsibility. You start looking at other people and you think, oh, well, they got lucky, or they got blessed to be in a certain position, or, maybe my circumstances aren't, the greatest, and so that's why I'm not as successful as them. But you just have to take responsibility for the place that you are already at and where God has placed you at. You know what I'm saying? And you have to adapt to use what God's already blessed you with, and then you move from there. It makes it hard for you to want to focus on yourself and to, obtain the goals that you have when you're focused on someone else's life. Again, the comparison thing, but it's also that you're focused on someone else's success that it takes away from yours. You're focused on what other people have going on that it takes away from yours. Focus on the responsibilities that you have, and focus on what it's going to really take for you to get successful and for you to be great, for you to work on yourself, and then start implementing those whenever you're moving forward. Because the responsibility comes from you being successful. The responsibility and the discipline is what makes you successful. It's what makes you more confident in yourself, so that you're not comparing yourself to others. Potentially, other people are comparing themselves to you. You know what I'm saying? Eventually you could become the person that's like, man, he looks like he got it all together, but yet they don't know about the backstory. They don't know what it took for you to get here, but that's for them to be responsible about for themselves. So be responsible for yourself, because a lot of guys don't know what it's like to be responsible and to hold themselves accountable. So those are the top 7 habits that I think that hinder guys from actually being successful, and habits that I think you can break. It might not be all 7, but at least 2 or 3 of these are you. And out of these 7, I want you to work on changing these habits and changing the mentality that you have behind how you carry yourself, how you operate. Because once you change the habits that you have and the perspectives that you have, it's going to actually get you to the next level and help you level up. So that being said, y'all, that's really all I got. I just want you guys to keep these in mind when you're going through life. You're like, man, I feel like I'm comparing myself to someone else, or I'm not being responsible, or I feel like, I'm falling into the short-term goals and the instant gratification. Those things are going to matter, because they're not always going to get you to the long-term goals. They're not always going to keep you focused and keep you determined on what you actually want to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? So that's really all I got. Like I said, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and until then, I will catch you on the next video. Gone.